Central angles, arc measures, and arc lengths. So let's start with central angles. And remember from our vocabulary, our central angle is an angle with its vertex at the center of the circle, and its two sides are radii. Radii is just the plural of radius because we need two sides to make an angle, right? And each of those, since our central angle is at the center, then the line that goes from the center to the edge of the circle, that's a radius. The sum of all central angles is 360. That is the sum of all of our angles in a circle, 360. How we would name this how we would name our central angle would be angle A, B, C. We start at A, middle is B and C, and we're talking about this middle central angle that's 84 degrees. All right, what is special about these central angles is that the degree of the arc. Where's the arc? The arc is, remember, the part of the circumference, okay? So the degrees of the arc is the same or equal to the central angle. So if this central angle ABC is 84 degrees, then this arc AC is 84 degrees, okay? So let's look at this first example. We've got this central angle CHD, and it's marked with our little square, meaning it's 90 degrees. So since this central angle is 90 degrees, that means this arc CD is 90 degrees. Okay, so let's look at what we are being asked for. We want to know the measure of arc CD. So we already said that that was 90 degrees. Let me point out here, this little arc above the CD means that that's what arc we are talking about. Remember from our vocabulary that if it's two letters, then it is a minor arc, meaning it's below 180 degrees. And if it's three letters, then it is a major arc, and it is above 180 degrees. So that's one way of figuring out which arc we're talking about, because like this one is FD. Well, FD could go that way, right? Or that way. But since it's only two letters, then we know that it is this arc we're talking about, because that one's definitely going to be under 180 degrees. So let's figure out what FD is. If you can tell, or you should be able to tell, that CE is a diameter, meaning that this is a semicircle, and we know that semicircles are half of circles. So if a total circle is 360 and half a circle is 180, we know that this portion is 90. So this portion has to be 90 as well, meaning that this arc is 90. So when I take 90 plus 34, that is 124 degrees. FD is 124 degrees. DCF, three letters. So we know it starts at D, goes through C, and ends in F. Three letters, it's going to be greater than 190. So again, we have a semicircle here. So we know that these two portions are 180. One of them's marked with 90, so then that other one is 90 as well. 90. So then what is this one? Well, we know that this is a semicircle, and we know that this portion of that semicircle is 90. So then that means that these two angles have to add up to 90. So if these two add up to 90, this piece is 34. I take 90 minus 34, and that gives me 56. So the pieces that go DCF are 90 plus 90 plus 56, and that is 236. Okay, let's look at this last one. We want to know GDF. GDF. So we know all of our measures, so we can just add them up. We got 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 34. And when we add those up, that is 304. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here, or something similar, with these. So now we're given equations for the arc measures. And we need to figure out, one, what x is, and then what these arcs measure, okay? So we're given that this is 90 degrees, so this is 90. So we are going to add them all up and set them equal to 360. So 90 plus 8x plus 21x minus 12 plus, I ran out of room, 10x plus 9 equals 360, okay? And then we are going to combine like terms and solve for x. This is similar to what we did when we were doing our polygon angles and all the angles inside. We added them all up and equal to what they total, trying to solve for x. So same thing. So whenever I do that, I get 39x minus. All right, when I add all these up, then x equals 7. Okay. Trying to get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so if x equals 7, then I can plug in 7 here. Why are you not writing? 7 here, 7 here, 7 here, and I can get each of those measures. Okay, I get 56, 135, and 79. All of these are in degrees. So what is WX 135? What is YW? When I add 90 and 56, it's 146 degrees. What is YX? 79 degrees. And then we've got major arc VXW. So I'm going to add up 90, 79, and 135, and that is 304. All right, when we are talking about what is the, so all of these we're talking about the measure, and they all looked like this. Measure of the arc with letters. When we see measure and we see this M here, we are talking about degrees. So always, always, always think degrees. And then minute, we'll look at lengths, and that is different.